Well, everybody, welcome to another Grandpa's Sports video. And, of course, we are on the campus of Missouri Valley College here in Marshall, Missouri. And we've got Coach Preston Hyde. I'll remember. Give me a few times. But anyway, Coach Preston Hyde here for the JV. Coach, first off tonight, kind of a little mini coach show here. How about the roster changes for tonight? Are there going to be anybody going up or anybody coming down or anybody hurt?
We've got our big 6'7" guy from Germany, Hendrik Weigard. He's actually he got moved up to the varsity, and then he got hurt yesterday, so he's actually not going to be able to play tonight. He should be in attendance though, so he's always good. He's always very energetic and very positive, so that's always good to have. We've got one of Marcus Daniels. He's from Florida. He had problems getting back on time, so I guess you could say he's suspended for a game, so he won't be dressing out, and that's it.
Well, I know, I think Bates set out a week or so ago, and I think I seen him on the bench there tonight, so we're going to have Bates back tonight.
Yep, Caleb will be back, and he's had a really good couple practices, so we're looking forward to him being big for us tonight.
You know, that's got to be something difficult for coaches, is if lineups going up and down like that, because you're never sure who you're going to have on hand or might be on hand or may not be on hand. But also something else I kind of wanted to ask you about, how difficult is it for a coach with so many freshmen coming in? Because if you stop and think about it, I'm sure most of these guys were probably important factors on their teams wherever they played in high school or whatever, and you got people coming in here. Plus, a lot of them, it's first time they're living out on their own. So, as a coach, how much of that do you have to deal with?
More than a lot of people realize. It's tough, like you said, for pretty much everybody that we have comes in that in high school they were the guy on the team, and it's hard for them to adjust to their roles. But once we're able to get them to realize their role on the team, that not everybody's a scorer, and that we need people to rebound and guard, then that's when it starts becoming fun, and that's what I've seen with this group so far. Is we know who's the scorer are, we know who can rebound, and we know who guards well, and we're starting to see some success, and that's always fun for a coach.
Yeah. I know we talked just briefly just a minute ago about the game last week, and of course I thought it was a really good performance. Everybody plays good when you win, but still a good performance team-wise. Like you say, excellent defense. I think there were, at least I can remember, 2 5-second turnovers on defense with the guards, and good play with the big guys inside, but just an all-around good performance from the team last week. I guess you got to see some of it.
I got to see very little of it, actually. I actually had to go to class, had to take care of my academics first. That's what's most important, so just one of those things that happens.
Okay, tonight, let's get down to tonight's game. You're going to be playing Central Methodist, which I understand is just down the road here a little ways in Fayette, Missouri. And what can you tell us about them, and maybe give us a little bit about the game plan, about how you prep for this and what you're going to try and have these guys do?
Central Methodist, they're always known for, they say their mascot's the Eagles, but they always say themselves as the running Eagles. They love to shoot threes and love to get up and down on the floor. They love to run. So we're going to look to slow it down a little bit and make them at least have to guard 20, 25 seconds on the offensive or on the defensive end for themselves. And hopefully we just hit shots and we guard. If we do those things and we play hard, then it's tough to beat us.
You know, the way you describe that team almost sounds to me like State Fair. Because
athletes, minus the athletes.
I mean, they road runners, they have got those guys named right there from State Fair. Because, man, I don't know if I've seen so many fast breaks up and down the court, but they were working you guys out something fierce. And then the first game with you guys playing together.
Right. That's always tough. And there was a couple of our guys, it was the first time they've actually ever played in the United States because they're foreign, from overseas. So, but we've definitely got better progress from our first game.
Without a doubt. I give you some passing grades on that. They're improving as they go along. But like I say, got to be a difficult job with new kids and new guys coming in. But just going to try and make these guys work hard tonight and play some defense and maybe keep the ball away from them as much as you can. Use the clock up as much as you can.
Yeah, that's the plan. We've only had 2 practices. We actually practiced today before the game because we needed as much time as we could get. So it's always tough coming back from a break, and I know everybody likes to go home and see mom and dad because they really haven't got to see them much. But it's tough for me. I haven't been home hardly at all this year because I got to travel with the varsity as well. So when they say that they had to go home and see mom and dad and grandma and grandpa, it always kind of bothers me a little bit because I'm still here. So.
Okay, Coach Hyde, I appreciate you taking some time here. Gal's still practicing behind us, and I'm sure they can be out there warming up here in a little bit. But all I can say is I hope the game plan works and you keep them boys slowed down, and hope. One of the things last week, too, I might bring this up, man, the three-point shooting was hot there in the first quarter, which it seems like that's something else you guys have had trouble with, is getting going in the first half.
Yeah, you live by the three and you die by the three, and when you're living good, so.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So that's I don't know. We'll find out here in about an hour and a half, I guess.
Okay, folks, that's Coach Hyde, and that's going to wrap it up for the Coaches Show here before the game tonight, and we'll be back here in just a little bit with Missouri Valley taking on Central Methodist. Well, folks, it is game time here once again at Missouri Valley College in Marshall, Missouri, as the Missouri Valley JV Vikings is going to be taking on the Central Methodist JV Eagles. As you saw in that interview, at the start of the video, Coach Hyde telling us that these guys like to run and gun. But, boy, a nice inside play there as they go to the big man. Right off the bat, number 34.
Oh, I thought it was 3.
G. Gladden. And here's going to be a 3 try, and it's no good. And Central Methodist right down with it, and here's going to be a 3 try for them, and it's no good off the rim, but they're going to get the rebound. Kick it back out into the big boy. Here's a 3. And it will fall that time, and right off the bat, Central Methodist out to a 5-0 lead. As it looks like Missouri Valley, of course, what can you say when you've only had one shot, but Missouri Valley in a little bit of a hole here already. Bates gets it up to the top of the circle, kicks it around. And Jody's going to make a drive, and now we get a 3 try, and that will be good for number 30, Greg Jackson. And the net gets hung up. But Missouri Valley moving the ball around on the perimeter, and they get it over here on the near side to Jackson. And he will dump it in. And that's a 6-foot sophomore from Warsaw, Missouri. Home state product there, just down the road, not too far. Into the big guy. Kicks it out. Getting some good inside pressure there. There's a pass right down the free throw lane, and that's going to be another 3 for number 11, Kay Jones. Be nice if they gave us some first names, but that's all right. We'll get by without it if we have to. Bates drives in close to the bucket, kicks it back out onto the far side on the. They bring it back around the horn. And it's going to be a turnover, as Bates looked like he might have gotten tripped on that. Anyway, got some feet hung up or something. A shot by Robinson, no good. And we are up and down the court here, but I'm not seeing the fast break action that I thought I would from Central Methodist. And that's going to be Caleb Bates with the rebound. Looked like a force out on the other side, and we've got 3 substitutions in for Missouri Valley. Eldon Salmon, Lavrell Sherman, and Tim Wyatt. 8-3 with 6:44 to go. Wyatt drives in, kicks it back out to McCarthy. And McCarthy misses. Salmon takes it away and puts a shot up, but it won't fall. So far, Missouri Valley, you might say, just a little bit chilly as they just can't get the old round ball to drop in the round basket. And that's going to be called traveling on number 12. Well, we don't have a number 12. Who was that?
34 did the shooting.
Yeah, no, it was number 11. I'm sorry. Jones with the travel. Little fake and a put up, and that's just going to be 2. But that's going to be Wyatt with a nice fake and just took a step or 2 in and puts up a shot, and that gets it back to 8-5. And a nice pass down the lane. Number 23 makes that. Kay O'Keefe. O'Keefe. And a turnover, but it's going to come right back into the hands of Missouri Valley. As Eldon Solomon had dropped back. Oh, nice layup by Solomon as he does a real acrobatic move there to get that ball in the basket. Nice play by Solomon. And an equally nice move on the other end by number 32, Buchanan. And that'll be a kick. The Valley ball here on the near sideline. I'll put it in play over here. Central Methodist with a 12-7 lead. And I'd have to say that it looks like Valley to me is just a little flat on their feet. Not seeing the intensity that we saw that in that game last Monday against Ottawa. And they've come out cold shooting. And here's another 3, and it will go in for Matt McCarthy, the 6'1 sophomore from Washington, Missouri. Here's going to be a 3 from our baseline. And I think there's going to be a reach and over foul there on that. Push, a hit, something. And that'll be the first team foul of the game, and it's going to be on number 3 from Central Methodist. His first foul, first team foul. Sherman testing out the defense there, but it flexed pretty good as he started to make a drive onto the inside. Now over to number 33, and that's going to be another 3. And that's Tim Wyatt with a 3. And that's going to be 5 points for Tim Wyatt. And with that, Missouri Valley will take the lead, and it's going to be 13-12 here with 13:47 left to play. Here is the Missouri Valley Vikings are taking on the Central Methodist Eagles. We'll be right back. Okay, play has resumed. Central Methodist will bring it down court. Central Methodist kind of weaving it around on the outside. Now they go into the big guy. He's going to back up, turn around, put it up, but no good. And that'll be Wyatt with the rebound. And down court come the Vikings. Here's going to be a 3 try, and it's going to drop. And man, Matt McCarthy gets flattened over there, but he manages to make the shot in the process. And now he'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 4-point play. And looks like Robinson is going to come in for Omar Al-Rafi. Matt with a chance, like I say, to make it 4-pointer, no good. And the rebound goes over to Central Methodist. And I think that's going to be a foul on number 23, Lavelle Sherman. That'll be his first foul, first team foul for the Vikings here in this game tonight. It looks like Caleb Bates is going to check in for Lavelle. (16-14) Vikings. 12:50 to play. And 3 try, hits the backboard, no good. Robinson comes away with it. And Bates down court, and he's going to kick it way ahead here to Eldon Sherman, and he's going to get Solomon, and he's going to get fouled. Solomon coming off of a big performance from last week, as I believe he had 27 points so far tonight here, just 2. I think by the first half last week, if I remember right, Solomon had something like 18 points in the first half. And he was perfect at the line, and there's the first one for him. As now he's got 3 points, and that makes the lead up to 17-12. Second one's up and good. 18-12, 12:37 to play. And that's going to be traveling as Buchanan just took a couple too many steps there without some dribble. And it'll be a steal. They just about turn it over as they come down. They get the pass in the lane, but it can't be handled. And now Central Methodist starts setting up their offense here, working on the perimeter. 23 wants to drive the lane. And that's going to be a steal there, I think, by Salmon, and a behind the back pass. Very nice play to Tim Wyatt. And the coach from Central Methodist isn't liking what he's seeing there at all, so he's going to call a timeout. And a little different from the last timeout now, the Missouri Valley Vikings lead 20-12 over Central Methodist Eagles. We'll be back. Okay, 11:43 to play. Missouri Valley with the 20-12 lead. And Jody Kraft comes up and challenges them right there on the, as soon as they get the pass in, starts putting a little pressure on. And I'm going to be a charging there on number 32, Abe Buchanan. And the coach is talking to the ref, I think, about that call. Don't think he particularly liked it. Kraft working the ball out on the outside. Better get rid of it pretty quick. And here's going to be a 3 try by Matt McCarthy. And that's 9 points for McCarthy already here in the first 9 minutes. Got 11:04 to play. And get that pass inside, but Robinson was right on him. So it was a no play. Robinson with a rebound. He's going to kick it out to Bates. Bates with a big charge down the court. But the ball's going to be denied there. And a layup. And I'm surprised that wasn't a foul, as
Who got that?
McCarthy, I believe it was 31. And it's going to be a takeaway there, and the score for number 31, Jay Hall, and that's 4 points for him.
Oh, I thought that was a excuse.
And we're down to 23-16. Jody gets it inside to Robinson, and he puts up a shot, but didn't have really great control of it. Hits the front of the rim, and it's going to be another easy layup for number 24, Dahl. D-A-H-L-E-S, Dahl. 23-18. Central Methodist on a little bit of a run here. And a shot by McCarthy, and it'll be blocked. And I think that's going to be a foul on McCarthy as he reached in and wanted to get the jump ball there, but it just didn't happen.
Who called the timeout?
Nobody. It was a foul on McCarthy. Central Methodist now with a chance to even get closer, just 5 away, 23-18. Valley with the lead, and they go inside. And he had some open space there for a minute, but then number 32, Buchanan, will get the shot. Now we're back down to just a 3-point lead here for Valley, as Central Methodist has gone on about a 10-point run here. Here's a shot by number 23, Lavelle Sherman, the 5'9" freshman from St. Louis.
Was that a 3?
No, it was a 2. Yes, it was a 3. I'm sorry. Here's a 3 try from one of their guards, number 3, Portzuski. That gets it back to a 3-point game. Solomon in the corner. Back out to Wyatt. Wyatt out front. I'm going to go into Robinson. Give and go. Robinson in there and has a nice finger roll, but it doesn't drop. And now, and it's going to be a 3 try, and it will fall, and that'll tie it up. Number 31, Jay Hall. And now Coach Hyde says, I think I've seen enough. Let's talk this over, as we got 8:06 here to go yet in the first half. And it's 26-26. I'm sorry, 8:02 to go, 26-26. We'll be back after this timeout. Okay, we're back after the timeout. We'll see whether or not Missouri Valley will respond here with a basket after the timeout. Kind of slow things up. Drive, no good. Robinson fights for it. And Central Methodist will come away with it, and that's going to be a foul on Wyatt, as he more or less put a hip into number 11, Jones, and the ref decides it's a foul. That's the 3rd team foul. Still only 4 team fouls on Central Methodist, and 3 team fouls on Missouri Valley. And they go into the big guy inside, number 34, G. Gladden. Like to know how big that guy is. He looks like he could play football or basketball. But he's got to be 6'4", 6'5". And listen, Robinson is 6'3", and he's at least 2 or 3 inches taller than him. And that's going to be traveling on Wyatt. Bates checks in. McCarthy sits down. Haven't seen Bates shoot a shot here tonight. One of the first games, I thought he had 2 or 3 3-pointers, and here's going to be a 3-pointer for them, number 32. That's Buchanan. It's going to be 7 points for Buchanan. And we are at the 6:30 mark here. Solomon on the drive, but a reach around there by Buchanan, and he knocked it out of bounds. So Missouri Valley will play it in under their own basket. And the drive, and kind of a looping layup there by Lavelle Sherman. And looks like Sherman, stole it away and was trying to go cross court, I think, to Salmon. But the big, long arms of 34, and he picked it off. Now they're kicking it way out front for a three, off the rim. Bates with the rebound, 3-on-2. Salmon with the ball. Tries kind of that delayed layup again, and it gets blocked. And Central Methodist will play it in from out of bounds with a 3-point lead, 31-28 with 5:44 to go. Into the big guy, nice pass, but he knew what was happening, and evidently who he was passing it to didn't. Oh, Sherman with what looked like would have been a shot from almost where I'm sitting at, and then changes his mind. Some good defense here, I have to say, by Central Methodist. And that's going to be a foul on Salmon as he was up there trying to get to the ball, but missed it. And the basket went in, and going to the line with a chance to make it 3 points is going to be number 23, O'Keefe. O'Keefe already has 7 points. And it's good. That's going to make it 34-28. Central Methodist Eagles with the lead here over the Missouri Valley Vikings. Bates with a quick kick out down into Sherman. And Sherman right back to Bates. And here's Bates with his first try. And he will make it, but it's only 2. Make it 34-30. Bates or Sherman, one of them knocked it away, and that's going to be a foul. That'll be the 5th team foul. Be Missouri Valley ball out of bounds. And I think that was on Keller. No, I'm sorry. Check that. That's on Erisman. Bates again with another shot, this time off the front of the rim. See how this goes. I think it's going to be on Bates. Yep. It'll be Caleb's first foul. Jody Kraft's going to report in for Caleb. Right there at the free throw line, go right through the lane with a pass, and an easy basket for number 5, Erisman. And it's 36-30 now. Central Methodist starts to open it up just a little bit here as the momentum definitely has switched over to their way. Sherman kicks it out to Jody for a 3. It's over the rim. And that's going to be off of the Central Methodist player. And it'll be Missouri Valley ball. And that was off of number 24, Dahl. Sherman plays it in under the basket. Jody more or less forced out of bounds on that, but he does get the ball back in play. We got 3 seconds on the shot clock. And I think they're going to call the shot clock on that, it looks like. Not sure it was. I thought it hit the backboard, but I guess it didn't touch the goal. It has to touch the goal, I believe. Central Methodist definitely with some height, and man, that easy pass inside right down the lane. The basket was prevented by Jackson, I believe, a sophomore, 6-foot sophomore from Warsaw. But in the process, they're going to foul number 24, Dahl, and he's going to go to the line. Shooting 2, I believe. Yeah. He makes the first one. That's 37-30. He misses the second one, but the big guy is going to get the rebound and put it back up, and that is going to be 34, Gladden. Now it's 39-30. And the intensity from Missouri Valley has definitely dropped off here, as the momentum has shifted over to Central Methodist. And it's going to be a foul on looks like the foul is going to be on Jackson, his second. And that'll be the 7th team foul here, as we've got 2:52 to play. Central Methodist with a 39-30 lead over Missouri Valley. Drive, layup, no good. Both the offensive player and defender go down. Caleb Bates with a drive and kind of a lofting layup is no good. And it's going to be a foul on Caleb Bates with the foul. And that'll send the big boy Gladden to the line. Gladden already with 6 points. He can add to that here. We still got 2:32 to play in the half, and Gladden will make it. That's going to be 7 points for him. Second one's up and good. Good free throw shooter for a big boy. And all of a sudden now it's an 11-point lead. Eldon Salman with a drive and throws it up, gets his own rebound. But it's to no avail. Central Methodist is going to come away with it. And Missouri Valley continues with the cold shooting. And that's going to be Caleb with the rebound, and I believe number 24 is going to get the foul for reaching over. That's S. Dahl. And that is just the 6th team foul for Central Methodist. Missouri Valley being outplayed here just a little bit, out-hustled. And they're still shooting kind of cold. Caleb would stop, put up, and he'll get 2 for that. Caleb Bates with 2 points, and that makes it 32-41. And I believe since that last timeout, Missouri Valley's only scored 12 points, as it was 20 to something. And Central Methodist has scored a bunch, and one more for the big guy. That's going to be 10 points for Gladden, I'm sorry. And a steal. Another turnover, and he's going to drive the length of the court. It's no good. Gets tipped out, and then back to the big guy with the left hand and make that 12 now for Gladden. 45-32, now it's 13 points. Solomon as he kicks it out, and that'll be that was Sherman that kicks it out over to Solomon. Solomon with a 3 and make a 10-point lead. Solomon with a nice defensive play. Caleb comes up with the ball and gets it back to Solomon, but Solomon's shot gets rejected. And it'll be Missouri Valley ball out of bounds. Sherman's going to inbound it. And that looks like it's going to be, I'm sorry, I was getting a drink. It's going to be a foul on Caleb Bates as he was trying to get to that pass, but
Well, how can they call all the fouls?
it looks like O'Keefe will be going to the line now, as that's 9th team foul, and we got 44.5 seconds here to play. It's up and good. O'Keefe with 5, 7, 8 points. 9, I'm sorry. He can make it 10 here. And it's good. Sherman with the drive, and they're going to call him for carrying the ball, and that'll give it back to Central Methodist. Missouri Valley here with quite a few turnovers and just not real consistent play. Jody Kraft looks like he's going to check in for Bates. And a steal by Sherman. He's going to take it in himself and lay it up. And that'll get it back to 10 points now, as we've got 4, just 1, and the shot. And that 3 will drop there, as that was number 31, I believe. Yeah, number 31 with the 3, Jay Dahl. And here at halftime, you can see it looks like the Missouri Valley Vikings are going to have to climb out of this hole here, as they are 13 points behind the Central Methodist Eagles. Will be back after the half. Well, we're about ready to start second half. Might run down the point totals here before we get going. For Missouri Valley, we've got Eldon Solomon with 7 points, Lavelle Sherman with 7, Caleb Bates 4. High point man for the Vikings is Matt McCarthy with 9. Greg Jackson has 3. Tim Wyatt has 7. For the Central Methodist Eagles, it looks like it's going to be, the high point man is going to be Gladden with 12, and then Buchanan has 7. Hall 10, Dahl 3, O'Keefe 10, Jones 3, Irishman 2, Borzowski 3, and that's it for the point totals, and that's going to be a traveling call on number 23, Lavelle Sherman. Missouri Valley with a chance there for a shot. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be another turnover. Go into the big guy. Gets it up, misses, rebound, puts it back, and give Buchanan, or I'm sorry, Gladden 2 more, and that'll be 14 for him. 52-37. Central Methodist here with the lead as we've just started the first half. Solomon with a nice spin move and a layup, no good. Comes away with his own rebound. And I believe it's going to be a foul on number 34, Gladden. That'll be the first team foul. Coach wants a shooting foul, but it's only going to be a team foul, so no shot. Finally, Sherman is going to kick it out here to Solomon. And that's going to be short as McCarthy puts it up, but it is well short. Central Methodist wanting to go inside to the big guy, but number 11, Kay Jones, kind of overthrows it just slightly, and it'll be out of bounds off of Central Methodist. Valley plays it in. Shot by Salmon, no good, and the big guy, the big body, pulls that down, and down court comes Central Methodist. There's a give and go to number 32, but it's no good, and looks like McCarthy comes away with the rebound. And it's going to be a turnover. I think number 34, Gladden, got a hand in there and kind of knocked it away and then got control of the ball. McCarthy gets it back. And Valley down court and on the charge, trying to get it inside. McCarthy with a pull-up jumper, and it'll be two. Make it 39-52 with 17 minutes to go. No, I think the ball hit somebody's hip. Sherman with the try, and I think they are going to send him to the line here. And the coach from Central Methodist wants to call a timeout here as we have got 16:55 to play yet here in the second half. And the Central Methodist Eagles lead 52-39 over the Missouri Valley Vikings. Will be right back after this timeout. Lavelle Sherman at the line here with a 1-and-1. First one's up and in. Here's Lavelle with the second shot. In and out. Missouri Valley coming with some full court pressure, and it's going to pay off. As Buchanan tried to make a pass underneath to the big kid and overthrew it just a little bit, and it's going to go out of bounds down here on this end. We've got just a momentary timeout as they run down the ball, as if it goes off this one end down here, it's long gone. Bates into the game, and he's going to make a drive, and it will get blocked by number 3. Of which it looks like he's only got like maybe a 6 or 7 inch height advantage, really tall guard. And then he comes right back, and that's going to be Porzuski with the 3. And that's going to be 6 points for him as he's got 2 threes.
Look at the tattoo on his upper arm.
And here's a 3 try by McCarthy, no good. Some good defense, but nobody there to cover up the secondary player, as Bates and Solomon had the guy trapped, but he got the ball away, and now it looks like Salmon with another acrobatic layup. But that was Nigel Hopkins that I believe got in there and stole that pass on the other end. And now it looks like McCarthy's probably going to be charged for get a tripping charge, pushing, something like that. And looks like Jody's coming in for Caleb Bates, Jody Kraft. And Central Methodist will play it inbounds right here, right in front of us. And here's another three, and it's going to fall for our number 3, M. Portzuski. (58-42). Now it's a 16-point lead. Shot by Valley, no good. Rebound, Central Methodist, and the trap. But they're going to get away with it, and that'll be a foul on Omar Al-Rafe, the 6'2" freshman from Amman, Jordan.
Number 1.
And that's number 1, T. Ray at the line, and he makes the first one, didn't he? He didn't make the first one, the scorekeeper, Grandma says. Somebody must have been in the lane too soon, as T. Ray is going to get another shot here. And he makes it. He makes him pay on that one as he gets that. Valley down court now as they've fallen behind 17 points here in this game that one time they led by, I think, at least 8. Kick it out to McCarthy. Off the edge of the rim, Jody Kraft with the rebound and the putback.
Did Jody get one?
2. Probably one of the shortest guys on the court there with a rebound and a putback. Good play by Jody Kraft. And then they come right back down and put some good defense on Central Methodist, and now they'll play the ball here from the near side. 15 points. McCarthy's Eldon with a nice fake and drive right into the basket and give Salmon 2. Kraft with some pressure there in the backcourt, but he was by himself, and Central Methodist doesn't have any trouble getting it in and up court. But they're going to turn it over here on this end. There's going to be a traveling call. Missouri Valley got it down to 13 now with 13:50 to play as they trail 46-59 to the Central Methodist Eagles. Inside to Robinson, and then he's going to get whacked on the arm. I think that's going to be on number 24, S. Dahl. Nope, it's on number 1. It's his 3rd foul, T. Ray. Robinson with the first one, and it falls. $12 points. Can they make it 11? Robinson in, out, no good. And that's going to be a foul on Jody Kraft as he was reaching in there. And that's going to be the 3rd team foul, Missouri Valley, before the shot. So it'll be Central Methodist ball out of bounds. And that's a forced error there, as 21 was looking for somebody to pass it to over here on this side. Maybe that was 31. Dahl.
31 is Hall.
Jody Kraft's going to pull up, but it's in and out. He had the shot. He'd made the drive and pulled up. And that's going to be a traveling call on number 2, P. Paston.
Had a lot of traveling calls.
Valley on a little bit of a run here. See whether they can keep it going as they've gotten it down to 12. It was 17 there at one time. Robinson is going to get the ball there. And they're going to go back inside to Robinson. And it will be off of Robinson. The pass was just a little bit low, and he just couldn't control it. And that'll turn it back over to Central Methodist. Now Kraft's got some help down here as they bring another guy down, and it's going to pay off as they get a bad pass. McCarthy is going to get fouled in the act of shooting and should be going to the line. That should be the 4th team foul for Central Methodist here in the second half. So Matt McCarthy, the 6'1 sophomore from Washington, Missouri, goes to the line. Matt already with, 9 points. But I think all of those came in the first half. 11. Yes, he got 2 points here in the second half, is all Matt's got. Matt here now with the try. Second try, and it falls easy. Make it 48-59. 11 points. 1. So he gets the second free throw. They're going to kick it around here on the outside. They're going to call 3 seconds in the lane, I think, on the big boy Gladden. And Missouri Valley still on a run as Central Methodist here has been stalled out at 59 for a little while. Get it under the double digits here if Missouri Valley could get a 3 or a 2 here. And here's the 3 try, no good. Robinson with the rebound, and he's going to get clubbed on the arm. And we'll go to the line to shoot 2, and I believe that was number 11 that fouled him, Cade Jones. So we'll see if Robinson now can tie it up.
He won't tie it up, hon.
Or not tie, what am I talking? Get it down to 10 points. And he does. Now we can get it back into single digits here. Samari makes it, and that'll make it 9 points. And Coach Hyde is going to call a timeout. We got 12-12 here to go. With score 50-59. Central Methodist in the lead over the Missouri Valley Vikings. We'll be back after this timeout. Okay, Central Methodist here with a 9-point lead and 12 minutes to go. We'll see if Central Methodist can come back from the timeout and get a basket. And it is maybe a kicking foul. I don't see no foul. I think it was a kicking foul. Somebody kicked the ball. And I think that's going to be a foul on Robinson. As the ball had come inside, and he was what looked like just sort of standing there holding his arms up, but it's going to be a foul. And that's going to send Gladden to the line. That'll make, I believe, 15 points for Gladden. Robinson comes out, and Tim Wyatt, the 6'0 freshman from Auckland, New Zealand. And Gladden makes the second one, give him 16. I think that's going to be a foul on 23, as he was kind of reaching in. The Missouri Valley ball here on the near side. Jody Kraft drives into the basket, puts up a shot after he has a pull-up jumper, but it's no good. And Wyatt blocks the pass, but it comes right back to Gladden. And that'll be 18 points now for Gladden. And I think Coach Hyde calls a timeout, as we've got 11-19 as Central Methodist finally gets off of that 59 mark. They come up with 4 points. And we'll be right back after this timeout. We resume play once again. Missouri Valley 13 points behind Central Methodist here with 11:10 to go. And a nice move there by Sherman and the drive, and he will get 2 out of that. Looks like the guards here have started picking up the play a little bit, and I think it's going to be a foul here on somebody from Central Methodist. And no. Central Methodist player not too happy. He's still talking to the referee. Number 3, Bordzewski. The guard's really moving it around on the outside, trying to get one of these players to commit, and that's going to be a short one there. As Jackson, this 6-foot sophomore from Warsaw, throws up a shot from the far side, but no good. They get it into Gladden, and he loses control of it, and it's going to go off his foot out of bounds. Missouri Valley here still 11 points behind, but man, they've got 10 minutes and 20 seconds to work on that, as their play has definitely picked up here in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Jody Kraft thinking about the lane, and then changes his mind, and now Wyatt is going to lose the dribble, and the ball will go over to Central Methodist. Solomon and Bates check back in here now for the Vikings. 10:02. Vikings 11 points behind. Here we go. We're going to put it in play now. Had to pass down the lane, and I think they might get McCarthy here for a reaching foul. And that's going to be the 6th team foul for Missouri Valley. So that's going to send number 3, Bordzewski, to the line, and that's going to give him 10 points. He made the first one. Grandma, he made the first one, but missed the second. Didn't make the second one. Here's Solomon with a three, and it's off just a little. Rebound, Central Methodist. And Bates with the steal as he kicks it into Solomon. Tried to get it over the bigger guy and couldn't do it. Oh, that'll be traveling. They had the play all set up, but the pass might have been just a little bit hot and he couldn't handle it. So he had to jiggle it around and his feet were moving while he was doing it. And Bates, and they go to Solomon again, but he hits the backboard that time, didn't get the right bounce. 12 points. Now here's a steal by Sherman, and it gets knocked away by Hall. And it goes out of bounds off of a Valley player. Central Methodist will play it in on the far side. Valley had a spurt there for a little while. Now things have kind of calmed back down, and looks like Central Methodist back into the game, and it's going to be a steal there by Solomon and a drive, and he will make it to the basket this time. So give Eldon Solomon two more. And how many is that, Grandma? That's going to be 13 points for Solomon here so far in the game. That's no good, no iron, nothing. But it looks like Porzuski is going to come away with the rebound. So we've got 8:38 to play, and Valley now has it back to 10 points here with just a little over almost 9 minutes to play. We'll be back after this timeout. Okay, play back underway, and Bates with the steal right off the bat, and he's going to drive and make a falling layup in there, and that'll make it 56-64. Just an 8-point lead now.
Yeah, it was 10.
And they go to the big guy, number 34, with the two-pointer. As
He's got 20.
Central Methodist comes down quickly with that layup, but Valley was up trying to get some pressure on him. And that's going to be 20 points for Gladden. A three-point try, Solomon with the rebound and a putback. Nice play by Eldon Solomon. And that'll be a foul on Tim Wyatt. Didn't have much choice. It was either let him have it or go after it, and he went after it. So that's going to send A. Buchanan to the line. Buchanan already with 7 points. Up and off the back of the rim. .46 to go. Valley's got it down to 8 points, and it's going to be Robinson with the rebound. Solomon going to come down with it, throws up a shot, and Valley just cannot get a foul here from the referees on these layups that they're getting. And Robinson again. Solomon with the breakout. Sherman with the ball. And it must have been a traveling call on Sherman. And the basket's no good. Caleb Bates was over there waving his hands frantically as he was wide open for a three, which is what they need. As Central Methodist here with a 6-point lead. Excuse me. The defensive play of Missouri Valley has intensified dramatically here in the last 10 minutes, and it has really shown as on the scoreboard as the turnovers for Central Methodist has increased dramatically. You have to think Central Methodist definitely with the height advantage here, but Missouri Valley with a speed advantage. Central Methodist works it around. No good. Rebound comes back to him. And that's going to be a foul on Eldon Salmon, the 6-foot freshman from East St. Louis, Illinois. And that'll be 9 team fouls. And that's number 11, Kay Jones, going to the line, and he's just got a 3-pointer. And he misses. Robinson with the ball, but it's tied up, going to be a jump ball, and the arrow goes to Central Methodist. .640 to play. 58-66. I think that's going to change right there. Number 23, O'Keefe, with an easy layup. Central Methodist spreading the court and then getting those easy layups down the lane, and that's going to be a foul. And grabbing the arm, slapping the arm or whatever, but it looks like Robinson now will go to the line, as we've got a 10-point differential here with 6:18 to play. Robinson with the first one, it's good. 59-68. Robinson with the second. And it's good. And we're back to an 8-point game. And Valley is going to get the turnover. Salmon with the layup, and it's going to drop. And he's going to be fouled in the act by Buchanan. And for Solomon now, that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. That's 17 points there for Eldon Solomon. And now they've got it down to 6 points as Valley trying to play their way back into the game. Solomon almost looked like he was trying to make a play there, intentionally hitting it off the front of the rim so that they could get the rebound, but I think he stepped over the line too soon. Both players go down, and I think it's going to be a foul on Solomon. And that'll send the Central Methodist player to the line. Should be shooting a 1-and-1. And it looks like Kraft and Wyatt are coming in. And Solomon's going to set out, as that's 4 fouls on Solomon, and there's still a lot of game left here.
6 points.
6-point lead here for Central Methodist, make it 7. Valley being pretty deliberate. Jody here with a 3, and it's off the front of the rim, no good. And now, and looks like Jody's going to reach in and get that ball and tie it up. And the possession arrow was going to Missouri Valley that time, so they'll retain possession down here on their end. Here's Bates. He's going to put one up, in and out. Into the big guy. Gladden, I think that's 22 for him. 71-61. 9-point lead, 5:25. And here is a long three, in and out. A little cold shooting now here for Valley. And the layup there by number 23, Kay O'Keefe. Of course, Valley trying to make up the difference here with the long shots. With the threes, Central Methodist going with the inside where they definitely have the advantage with the height. And that's Wyatt with the shot, and he's going to be fouled by Gladden. Here's Wyatt with the first. No good. McCarthy and Sherman come out. Robinson and Hopkins check in. Second one, good for Wyatt. It's going to be 8 points for Wyatt. That ties it up. That makes it 63-73 with 4:33 to go. And into the big bruiser. Over the top of Robinson. Make that 24 for Gladden. Caleb with the drive, and it gets blocked. Try to come back to Gladden, no good. Jody Kraft's going to pick it up on the floor and drive the length of the court. Puts up a layup, but it gets blocked by 23, O'Keefe, and it's going to be Valley ball out of bounds. Valley comes back now with three as Sherman, McCarthy, and Hopkins. No, Hopkins is already in there. Oh, I'm sorry. Solomon's back in. Give Solomon a little breather. Playing with 4 fouls now with 3:55 to play. And he kind of gets hit, whatever, bobbles the ball, goes off his foot, something. And it goes over to Central Methodist, and they play it in here in the near court, in the near side, with 3:45 to play and a 12-point lead. And they get it into the big guy, and he tries to make a drive on the basket and will get fouled on the drive. So he'll be shooting 1-and-1. And it looks like they're going to put that on Robinson. That's going to be his second foul. And he makes that. 25 points. Second one, and good. 63-77. And Coach Hyde's going to call a timeout. And we'll be right back after this timeout as Central Methodist Eagles lead the Missouri Valley Vikings 63-77 with 3:27 to play. Okay, 3:25 to play. Valley with the ball and down 14. Here's a three, and that's going to be good for McCarthy. And a nice play by Lavelle Sherman, number 23, as he steals that ball on an inbounds pass. And they got it back to 9. Boom, just like that. And the coach from Central Methodist calls a timeout. Lavelle Sherman, number 23.
Did he score?
Yes. We'll be back after this timeout. Okay, under 3 minutes to go here. Valley gets it back to a 9-point lead. Central Methodist trying to work it around, I think, kill off as much of the clock as they can. And that's going to be a steal and a jump ball. Possession arrow will give it right back to Central Methodist. Methodist will play it in here under their own basket. 2:39 to go. Got to have some defense here and get a turnover or a quick foul or something. And I believe that's going to send Gladden to the line already with 26 points. And it'll be team foul and, third foul on Robinson. Team foul number 10. Both teams have 10 team fouls here for the second half. Robinson makes the second one. That'll be 27 points for Gladden. Solomon trying to get it over to McCarthy, and it gets smacked. There's a 3 try, no good off the front by Solomon. Jackson with the try on the rebound, but no good. Once again, Valley with the full court pressure, and that's going to be the 5th foul for Solomon right there, and that'll do it for him, as he will probably be out of the game on that one. Looks like they got Bates up and ready to come in over there, but of course I don't think he can come in until after the first shot. Yep, that's 5 fouls on Solomon, so he's going to go out of the game with, Grandma total it up here. 17 points. Eldon Solomon fouls out here with 2:02 to play with 17 points. And it's going to be a miss on the first one. Now Wyatt comes in for Jackson. Robinson and McCarthy going to trade sides. Hall makes the second one. Trying to get a pass down to Sherman, and the Central Methodist player had touched it, and then Sherman tried to save it and was out of bounds off of Valley. Oh, nice give and go and second pass. That's going to be number 31, Hall. 1:41 to go, and now it's the 13 points. 13-point lead for Central Methodist. Here's a 3-point try, and it'll fall for Tim Wyatt. That gets it back to 10 points with 1:27. Gladden had the ball, and that's going to be a 3 as Sherman comes down. That gets it down to 7 with 1:09. And that'll be a foul on McCarthy with 1:06 to play. Oh, they call that on, that'll be the 4th foul on Robinson. It bounces around and then out as Hull can't get the first one to drop. Still, that makes it a 7-point game. This one looks better. That'll make it 8. That'd be 3 possessions, 2 threes and a 2 for the tie. And that's 1 minute to go. Make it 59-57. You need to kick it out for a three. And Bates can't control it, as I was going to kick it out, I'm sure, for a three try. Wyatt got it out to Caleb Bates, but he just couldn't get the handle on it. And that'll be a foul on Caleb Bates. And that'll send number 11, Jones, to the line. Jones with 4 points. And it's up and in, make it 5. That gets it back up to 9. Still 49-8 to go here. He misses the second one. 3 possessions for a tie. Robinson, kick it out to Bates. He's going to drive, give it to Robinson. Robinson just cannot grab the handle, as it's going to go flying in the air and out of bounds and over to.
Slides all around.
Grandma says Robinson needs new tennis shoes. He's sliding all over the place.
Honey, I'm talking about
Caleb Bates needs new tennis shoes, Grandma says. Yeah, I thought it was off of Robinson and would be Central Methodist ball, which it is. 39-6 to play, 9-point lead for the Eagles. And Caleb will come up, and that's going to be 5 on Caleb Bates, and he'll be setting down now. So Jody Kraft will be coming in. And that puts number 11, Jones, at the line again. Jones with 5 points. In and out on the first one. And the second one goes in for Jones. So that's 6 points for him, and just about a steal there from Sherman. And they're going to call that on number 31, Hall. Either a slap on the arm or whatever. But anyhow, number 23, Lavelle Sherman, the 5'9" freshman from St. Louis, goes to the line. Off the front, no good. Omar Arafe comes in. Second one's good for Sherman. That gets it back to 9 points, 29 seconds. And I think Missouri Valley is just going to let it play out here, as they're not going to intentionally foul. 10 seconds less on the clock than no shot clock at all, and time's going to expire here with 1-0. And it looks like the Missouri Valley Vikings are going to go down tonight to the Central Methodist Eagles 75-84 here in Marshall, Missouri at the Grover C. Redford Gymnasium. Grandma will total up the scores there. We will give you the final scores. Might recap the game just a little bit here. It looked like Valley was going to come out really cold shooting, which they did. Things didn't go so well. And Central Methodist jumped out to a pretty good lead, and then Valley come roaring back, and at one time, I believe, in that first half, led by 8 points. The second half started, and Valley still just a little bit flat, and then about halfway through the final period, Valley started coming alive, and they got a run on the Central Methodist Eagles and got it to where it was interesting, as they had it down to 6 points, I believe, at one time. But couldn't hold on to that, and finally Central Methodist started coming back and managed to maintain that lead and held on to make it 9 points, as once again Missouri Valley's going to go down here by 9 points, 75-84. I think Grandma's just about got the final tallies here on the points, as we will have that here in just a little bit.
No, I don't.
Oh. Well, hope you all have been enjoying Grandpa's Sports videos here with the JV from Missouri Valley College here in Marshall. I think that's about the end of the home games for a little while here for Missouri Valley. And they do have one game scheduled in December, and I think it is on the road. You might get on the Missouri Valley Viking website and check that out for the JV team here. But we've enjoyed bringing you those videos. Hope you're enjoying watching them. I can tell you one thing, Gladden will be the high point man for Central Methodist, as Gladden is going to score 27 tonight. Buchanan with 7. Jay Hall with 14. Dahl with 4, O'Keefe 14, Jones 6, Rissman 2, Porzuski 10, and T. Ray, I think, with 1 point. And then for Missouri Valley, it's going to be Jody Kraft with 2, Eldon Solomon 17, Lavelle Sherman 16, Caleb Bates 6, Matt McCarthy 15, Greg Jackson 3, Tim Wyatt 7, and I believe Robinson with 5. And that's going to wrap up the scoring here. Well, like I say once again, hope you've been enjoying Grandpa Sports videos, and we'll probably see you all somewhere down the road. Have a good weekend and happy holidays in case we don't see you again.